So in this video, we are in the Fusion page. We are going to make a simple bouncing ball, bouncing across a couple of platforms. Let's just jump into it. I'm going to need a background, and I'm connecting my background to my media out. Then I'm going to need to create my ball. That's going to be bouncing. I'm going to need another background. Make this one a white color. Drag in an ellipse, connect the ellipse to the background, connect the background to my main node line, and we have a nice big circle. I want to adjust my circle, so I'm going to select the ellipse, come to the width keyframe icon. I'm going to press right click to expression, select this plus icon, and drag a line onto the height. Now I can proportionally scale my circle, make it that size. Now I'm going to need some blocks or surfaces for it to bounce on. So I'm going to create a new background, drag this into here. This is basically a new composition, but it also covers up the first background. So I'm going to select this background, change the alpha to 0, and we can already see what's going on if we add things in. So I'm going to change the first background, go to the inspector, come to 4 gradient or 4 corner, teal color, top right, or top left. Okay, for bottom right, I'm going to make a purple color, not too bright. There we go. Okay, ground is transparent. So here I'm going to add 3 merge nodes, 3. Then just move it off to the side a little bit. Going to bring in a new background. Make this background yellowish. Okay, add a rectangle connected to this background. Connect this background to this merge. Make sure it's in the green arrow. And I've got a great big yellow block. So let's adjust our rectangle. I want to give him rounded corners, just like that. And just about there. I'm going to add a transform node and a second transform node. One transform node will control my animation. The other transform node is just so that I can move the block around without having to change the animation. With that, I'm going to add animations. The ball is going to bounce on each of the 3 blocks, and each time the ball hits a block, I want the block to go down and up, and I want it to change color. So I'm going to do that now and then adjust it once I do my ball animation. So I'm going to select this transform. I'm going to do a 6-frame animation. It doesn't matter where I start. I'm going to be adjusting the keyframes. I'm going to hit a keyframe, count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 using the arrow keys, another keyframe, and then I'm going to go back 1, 2, 3, and I will adjust it slightly. So if I scrub through that, it bounces. What I also want to happen is after the bounce, I want the block to be a different color. So on the first keyframe, I'm going to select my background. At my color, I'm going to hit a keyframe there and just find the keyframes again. So I select my transform, go back to my background, and I want it to be, what's a good color here? Maybe a purple, or almost like a mint color. So bounce and change color. Great. Then I'm going to select this group. I'm going to copy and I'm going to click away and paste. Do that one more time. Paste again. Connect to the last merge. So now essentially I have the 3 cubes, but they're all sitting on top of each other. I'll take the first one, just move it to the side. The last one, move it to the side. And I'm going to add one more transform node after all the merge nodes. And move them all just a little bit down so that they're not in the center of the screen. Okay, now to the ellipse. I want it to be a 20 frame pause before anything happens. So at frame 20, I'm going to take my ball and just take it off screen. And I'm going to add a keyframe on the center XY. Then I'm going to count 10 frames and have him hit the first block. And then 5 frames, he'll be up in the air. 5 more frames, he'll hit the second block. 5 more frames in the air. 5 more frames, hit the third block, and then 10 frames off screen. So we have a bouncing ball, but it really just looks like a zigzag. So let's work on that. I'm going to select my ellipse, go to the spline editor, select the ellipse, select this button here to say zoom to fit, and we can smooth out this curve, but I want to have a little bit more to work with. So I'm going to select my sphere, I'm going to right click on it, go under the path to polyline, and find the option that says convert to XY path. And now I've got an X and Y path to work with. I'm going to hide the X path and just work with the Y for now. I'm going to delete the keyframes where the ball is in the air and use the curve to create the bounce. So on the first one, I'm going to select this handle and hold down Control so that it's only that handle being used. Click, hold down Control, and my bounce is back. It's a bit low. Okay, on to the next one. I'm gonna delete that point. Use the handles to create the curve. I'm gonna select the handle, hold down Control. Do the same with the next. Delete the frames for the X where it bounces in the air. One, two, three. Perfect. I'm gonna hide my splines. Okay, so first I'm gonna adjust the bounce of my blocks. Select each transform, go to the keyframe editor, and I'll adjust these keyframes to match the bounce of the ball. So for the first one, bounce. For the second one, and for the third one, boink, boink, boink. Okay, now I need to adjust the keyframes for my backgrounds, the color changes. I'm gonna do them one at a time just because they have quite a few keyframes per color change. There, okay. Bring this back here. Go to the next one. Keyframes. It's gonna be over there. Go to the next one. Find my keyframes. And there we are. So 1, 2, 3. And there you go. Simple ball bounce.